My speech today relates to queens under pressure. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll have a little bit more confidence when interviewing. So did you know that 93% of American adults fear something about an interview? The study that was conducted by Everett College found that adults had something to be fearful when it comes to an interview. This is a high-pressure environment, and the top concern for them was nervousness, the anxiety, sweating, the jitters, having butterflies in your stomach. We all get those. So today I want to talk to you about how to prepare for the interview and your opportunity for your next job. So to start off with, there's three stages to the interview process. There's the warm-up, there's the detailed discussion about your background, and then there's the closing. To start off with, you want to do a detailed reflection of your past experience, get to know your strengths, your weaknesses, and ultimately what your potential employer's needs are. You can write this down into a chart, put your strengths on the left and your accomplishments on the left, and match them up with your employer's needs. So when you get to the warm-up stage of the interview, they're going to ask ultimately this time this question that can stump a lot of people. So tell me a little bit about yourself. That can really throw a lot of people off. If you prepare a short elevator speech, this can really sell the opportunity about your credentials and how you fit in. An elevator speech is essentially an opportunity to sell a stranger on a message that you have, to get a meeting to pitch them. Now, will your pitch scare them away, or will your pitch pack a punch and deliver and get them interested in what you have to say? There's three things you can cover in this elevator pitch, and that's the what, the who, or the what, the who, and the why. So if you identify a quick background of what your experience is, an accomplishment that's targeted towards this employer's needs, and then your career goals and why that aligns with the company you're interviewing with, that'll go a long ways to helping break the ice and to move the conversation forward into the next stage, which is the detailed discussion about your background. This is where they're going to get into your character, your accomplishments, and your goals for this position. Oftentimes there's some interviewers who are honestly awkward in the interview, so you want to prepare some questions that can kind of move the discussion forward. So if you bring up some issues that are relevant to your industry or the particular company, you can demonstrate your knowledge and your talents and highlight your strengths. So at this point, you're going to move on to the closing. The closing statement is where you're able to maintain. At this point, you've been selling yourself, your credentials, and you've been matching your skill set. You're talking about your accomplishments, and at this point, they're going to ask you, "Do you have any questions for us?" This is the opportunity where you can start to ask them questions, and they sell you on the opportunity. And you can ask some really poignant questions that will set you apart from other qualified candidates or other August candidates. So you get to ask questions like, where is the company headed in the next 2 quarters? What are the sales growth looking like? What's your business philosophy? What are some recent projects that you've been working on in this particular manner? What's your debt to income ratio? These kind of questions can kind of highlight some issues that you might have with the stability of the company, what with the philosophy, where they're headed, and see if they're aligned. You also want to ask questions to your potential future boss and uncover, see if there's any issues with their management style that you may have. You can ask them about how their management style has contributed to the success of the company, and what they value as far as what this position is going to bring to the team. Make sure you uncover any inconsistencies in between what they're saying and other employees. That can really go a long ways to help making sure this is a good fit for you. At the end of the interview, you want to ask, is there a second interview? You want to make sure that you move it forward and make sure that you end it well. Ultimately, preparation will help you quell a lot of your nervousness and anxiety that come with this high pressure interview, and goes a long way to making sure that you're prepared. So don't be like Mark Zuckerberg and nervous and sweating under the limelight. Make sure that you're well prepared and have everything in order when it comes to your questions and your preparation. Thank you.